Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, I had an event the other day, and it was something that I knew was going to happen, but I didn't know when. But some of you, if you were on Facebook yesterday, you saw what this is. It's a tooth, not just any tooth. It's my tooth, and this this was a tooth that had been a problem for some time, and a little better than 5 years ago, this tooth had a root canal. How to so look right there. You can see where it was drilled. Two canals were drilled, and on the very end, on the very end, you can see that little nub there. Well, that's the end of the plug that they put in the canal. And so it's extending through the end of the root. And what that was, the root canal, what they did, they put a little tool in there, kind of like a wire with teeth. And the little gelatin that is inside that makes up the nerve of the tooth. That's how you feel pain. And so the dentist removed the both of the jellies, the root of this tooth, and so the tooth has been essentially dead, and you can see that it's discolored, and it's had a pretty rough life. Because also, I was looking at this last night because right here, uh, you can see a crack right there, and then another crack right, right. Well, can see it, but anyway, a whole section of tooth was about to give way. This whole corner right here was going to give way because it's cracked on this side and on this side, but the crack had not fully gone through the entire molar. This was one of my molars. In fact, I had two wisdom teeth removed when I was young. They were impacted. I believe I was 23, because it was part of my bad year with my first wife, who was made this painful even more painful. But anyway, one of the things that a lot of you folks don't realize is that once you get to retirement and you no longer have your employer, you don't have your health care essentially, and so you have to get your own health care. Until you're 65, you don't get Medicare until you're 60, 62, or 65, because I still don't have it. I'm 64. Next year I do qualify for it, so I do have, on top of my California health insurance, which is because I was homeless, I am provided no cost health care from Alameda County. And so the downside with that health care is that it's extremely limited, meaning that I can only be treated in Alameda County for pretty much anything, any ailment that I have. But if I move out of Alameda County, I lose that health care benefit, and now I would have to go and look for my own health care and pay for my own health care, which brings up the topic: dentistry. When I was forced into retirement back in 2007, my health care that I had for my company told me that all of my coverage is limited to California. My move to North Carolina negated any coverage that I had from my policy, my healthcare policy, because that was from my company that I had, and then my ex-wife, who was not my ex-wife yet, I was also on her policy for her work through Kaiser, and she had a early retirement from UC system, and so that gives her free health care plus dental, vision, and hearing, because she's a retiree from the UC system, and they have a pension, and she also gets a pension from that. So that's one of the things that we don't have anymore. We don't have companies that provide pensions, and those pensions provide the ongoing health care that we really start needing as we age. And one of the first things that you lose is your dental coverage when you retire. And there is no dental, vision, or hearing coverage that is free, that is provided. And that's a service that you would have to pay for on your own. That's why I don't have it, because while you can get a really low cost policy for about $450 a year annually, and that would cover your most of your dental. They would cover your vision, and if you had hearing aids, it would cover your hearing aids. But here's the thing: there's a deductible on those lower cost coverages, and but a lot of limits. I mean, tremendous amount of limits, and that's for one of the best ones for Delta. If you were to get the Delta coverage, I looked it up last night, and I found that for myself, it would be $65 per month. $65 per month on a fixed income that just barely covers my food, my bills, and for my existence, and also feeding my dog. Just feeding my dog by itself, because she's a big animal. Now that's $200 that I have to set aside just for my animal. But having dental, that is very common for a lot of seniors not to have dental coverage. In fact, I don't know many retirees that have dental coverage because of the cost, and there is no alternative. And so a lot of seniors struggle with paying their bills, feeding themselves, and we can't even think about getting a dental policy to take care of these issues. And so we have to rely on a lot of other different charitable services. Some of the things that I did for my dental was going to the UC system, and they have a program, the dental program, and while it is much lower cost, there is still a cost, even if you're indigent, because that's the student doctors, the dentists, told me when they did the root canal on this one, there's no need to remove the tooth. It's solid, and it shouldn't give you any problems. And with the other root canals that I've had done, that was 100% true. This was the only one that gave me problems, but also one of the things, the reason why I bring this up is because seniors with dental issues, and that's a lot of seniors here, teeth have cavities. They literally fall out of your head, like this one did on me, and it was from my lower jaw, and this is a molar. So this is one of the more important teeth that I lost. And this isn't the only one. I've lost four of my molars over since I've been homeless. And there's nothing I can do about it. They either fell out like this one, or I had them removed at a dental clinic, and uh, so it makes it very difficult to eat. And seniors have to change their eating habits, and that's the dangerous part. Changing your eating habits because you may not get the proper nutrition anymore. Uh, you may not be able to properly chew to, chew up your food so that you can swallow it properly, and creates a possibility of a choking situation. So there's a lot of reasons why dental care is needed for our seniors, and it should be added on to the healthcare system. And one of the things that I do want to say is that here in Oakland, there is now, if you're a low income, indigent, you can actually now go to the Wilma Chan Hospital, formerly known as Oakland Highland Hospital. And most of you I still call it Highland Hospital. But in the new building, there is a new dentistry department. It just opened this month. I received word on this. And the reason why I received word on it was because back in 2020, I was a part of the CAB board, CAB, co-applicant board, that pushed for dentistry for our indigent and low income. I spearheaded that particular program that is at Wilma Chan Hospital. Along with that, we also implemented a new information sharing system, and we're hoping that all the hospitals in throughout not only California but all around the country sign up on Epic. The system is called Epic, EPIC. Uh, it was a very expensive system, and there's still some bugs, but it has greatly improved in the 3 years that it's been in use. And like I said, I was on the committee that approved that particular software, and to move uh, our healthcare system forward in a manner where, instead of not being able to access a patient's medical records from anywhere in the United States, that's the problem that we have right now, is that there's no information sharing. But with Epic, and people come, and the hospitals and clinics that come online onto Epic are able to share all that medical information. So instead of having uh, days, hours, days, and weeks to obtain uh, these important medical pieces of information about you from your doctor or primary care, this now puts it in a system where a doctor, hospital can look up your medical records across the board. Doesn't matter where you lived in the United States, it would be available on Epic. And so that was another, like I said, another program that I worked at very hard to bring to fruition. The reason why it took so long for the dentistry is, if you remember, there was a strike by the staff at Highland Hospital, and then at the same time, the board of trustees that was in power at that time, they were more concerned with getting the new building completed uh, while they were in power. And a lot of things came up. There were a lot of things that happened on there, and I was on this CAB board for only 1 year before I resigned. And I resigned because the trustee board was trying to force me to compromise my morals and ethics and side with them to complete the building, the completion of the new building, which I did not support. I supported the nurses, the staff, and the doctors who were on strike and had been on strike already for 2 years for a fair wage. So I stepped down because they threatened to take my seat away. And I really laughed at them. I said, "Do you realize I'm the only reason why you're getting the federal funding that you get? Because I'm the only homeless person on this board." And they just kind of looked at me and rolled their eyes. "Oh yeah, we forgot about that issue." And it's a HRSA board, human re, yeah, human resource service agency, and what that does, it ensures, it's a federal agency, and it's a requirement of hospitals, especially county hospitals, to have a person representative that represents the indigent and low income households of that county. I was that representative, and then when I stepped away, they lost all their funding, and the following week, the Alameda County Board of Supervisors terminated all of the Board of Trustees, and some of them were very good friends of mine, and they currently don't speak to me right now, which I don't really give a shit about, because they had compromised their morals and ethics. I wasn't willing to do that. So programs have to come on board. Here in Oakland, you do now have dentistry coverage. You have to call in and ask for the dentistry department and make an appointment. Back in the old days, all the dentistry department did was yank these out of your head, and it still costs you $100. But now there's a way that you can have dentistry, and it is now funded and to a certain extent. And so, folks, take advantage of the hard work that I've put in for Oakland, for dentistry, for healthcare, and also along with that healthcare, I was able to push for changes for those that are indigent and living on the street, because the city of Oakland has been confiscating and throwing away people's IDs. And so that was a problem at the hospital. People weren't able to show an ID. And so we came up with a way to be able to service all of the folks that come through the doors at emergency, whether they can pay or not. And there's a lot going on. But Oakland, you have dentistry available to you. Take advantage of it. It just came online at Wilma Chan Hospital at the top of this month. So this is still a brand new program, so bear with them. And they're taking appointments for those of you that need dentistry. This right here, this started loosening about 6 months ago, and it was disturbing. And the thing was that when it wobbles, this was fitted to my teeth to mate with my teeth on my upper jaw. And when this started moving and wobbling, now it did not align anymore. So there were times where I would bite down on something, and this would be in the wrong position. And man, let me tell you, it was an eye opener to the pain. And I can block out a tremendous amount of pain through my martial arts and through my chi energy training. I can tune out about 92% of all the pain that I could receive. But there were times when this would you'd bite down. And like I said, it was an eye opener because it would just jam right into your jaw structure, and it it has a point, and so it would stab you. But that's the reason why a lot of seniors have nutritional issues. You see them losing weight because they can't eat, because of dentistry. Teeth like this falling out of your head. Once you reach retirement, dentistry is now an option. It's no longer a benefit that you have. You lose that benefit. So just give you a heads up, folks. Plan for plan ahead. You have health care, but you don't have dentistry coverage once you retire. So this is something that most retirees never think about. My parents didn't think about it while they had insurance. My mother had insurance uh, through her life because she had a pension from Macy's, and Macy's had health care along with dental and vision included in that pension package. My father, he also worked for the federal government in the shipyards. He had a pension from the government, so he received a retirement income of $2,400 a month, plus his medical benefits, which included dentistry and vision and also hearing. Whereas when I retired, I was going to put in place a policy once I had settled in. And unfortunately, we all know what happened there. The economy collapsed. I lost $3.25 million, my entire life savings, my retirement, everything. And that put me in the downward spiral. And but fortunately, I still had been contributing to Social Security, and that's my income that I have currently. I have another income, which is a non-taxable income, but I don't have possession of it. I have a credit card for that, but that's it. But that brings you up to date why dentistry is important even as a senior. Um, and a lot of us, once we retire, we don't have that safety net anymore. And that's the, the dark secret about retirement. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.